Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Stephanie and today I am contributing to my Real Talk Tuesday series. That is definitely not every Tuesday, but I try as many Tuesdays as possible. So to be honest, I'm sitting down right now and I don't even know of a topic to talk about. So I thought, let me just start recording and like see what happens. So I guess I want to talk a little bit about kind of just where my mind has been lately. I'm so sorry. Maverick just ate lunch, so he's like raring to go now after he's eating. I guess I just want to talk about how I've kind of discovered happiness this year, which I think I've been very lucky to have discovered so early on in the year, being that it is only the 5th of February. Yeah. One of the things that has contributed to my recent newfound all-around happiness is that I have decided to just love myself. One thing I've always struggled with growing up pretty much my entire life, I was always a chubby kid. I was never naturally thin. Anytime I was thinner than my average self, I had to work for it. And I always just let my weight define how I felt about myself. I was always that way. And I think one thing that helped that was after I had my son, I mean, it was hard because I physically always told myself like I was never gonna let myself get past a certain point. Like I can never let myself, being that I am a young, healthy person and don't have any eating disorders in a way that would help me to gain a bunch of weight or anything like that, I told myself I would never let myself get past a certain point. Well, I gained a lot of weight when I got pregnant with my son because I was one of those people that just gave into cravings and used the excuse of I'm pregnant, so I don't care. And I reached that when I was done with my, get that out of your mouth. I gained quite a bit of weight with my son. I gained just under 50 pounds, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, except for the fact that like I am not necessarily a petite person, but I am like an average sized person. So I shouldn't have gained more than 30 pounds. And even that was like the max that I should have gained. So that extra 20 or so pounds was all me. Of course, me being the type of person that I am, once I had him, I did what I had to do to lose all the baby weight. And here I am today. I weigh the exact same amount that I did before I got pregnant. However, my body has changed a lot. I did not have an active pregnancy. I did not have a fit pregnancy. So all of my muscle mass that I had, which still wasn't even a whole lot, is pretty much completely depleted. My weight comes from a lot of my body fat. But this is not about weight loss, weight gain. My point of this is it took me a little bit of time. And granted, yes, I do want to do things to better myself physically. However, I'm not letting it define my happiness anymore. Instead, I've taught myself things to help me love my body. Like, I've taught myself how to dress my body to make me feel comfortable. And I've learned in my kind of self-discovery over this last year of pretty much discovering myself that I am so much more than this shell. I am so much more than my body mass index. I'm so much more than what meets the eye. And I know that of me. I know what type of person that I am. I know that I'm a great friend. I know that I am not judgmental. I know that I am a good wife, a great mother. I know all of this. I know that I'm honest. I know that I'm fair. I know that I'm trustworthy. I know that I'm loyal. All these things have really helped me to just love myself. And I have to be honest, because I was at a point of not really understanding how to love myself. I did make a list. I no longer have it. I honestly don't even know what happened to it. I think it might have been on my old phone and I lost it when I got this new one because it was just in my notes, but I physically wrote those things down. And if there was ever a point where I was doubting myself, which for me, my issue, like I said, was my physical appearance. If I was looking at myself and I was basing how I felt that day because I was feeling not great about myself. He was trying to eat markers and now he's mad that I took them away. Isn't that right? Punk. 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 I love you. I just don't want you eating markers. Dad, I don't know what you're doing. Oh, who's on there? Who are you kissing? Is that Mommy and Maverick? Oh, so nice. I have to say, this guy was a big part of helping me to be happy as well, just because I can't let myself be so miserable when I have such a beautiful and precious blessing. But aside from that, I've also really been into the law of attraction. I know that's probably a little not controversial. I know some people just don't believe in it. Some people do, whatever. But I've noticed for me, the way I'm using the law of attraction is just keeping everything in a positive light. Like if I can, even in unfortunate situations, if I can find the light, if I can find a reason to be happy about it or a positive outcome from it, it honestly just keeps me going. And I really do feel like I've seen it for myself that the more that I'm just staying positive and finding the positivity or the happiness in every situation, the next thing that happens is still bringing me happiness, is still bringing me comfort and joy. And I don't know, for me personally, like I truly believe in that. And I feel like this is the first time that I've ever been trying to really put it forth like in my life. And it seems to be doing wonders, so I'm sticking with that. It's definitely keeping me motivated. It's just keeping me positive. So another thing that I can say I have discovered as well that keeps the happiness is just keeping the good company close. Like I have had people in my life in the past that I look back now and I'm thinking like, what were you even doing like having them in your circle? Like it was just not smart of me. They were not good additions to my life. Definitely not people that I would have wanted around my son. Thank God they were expelled before he came into this world or before he was old enough to, you know, form relationships with these people, because it just would have been bad news. I should have known from the start. But anyway, aside from that, there are still people in my life that with certain situations, certain circumstances, they're not really on the same page as me, and it can become something where it's not feeling as positive as I would like it to. And I just make mental note in my mind of the people that no matter what will always support me, even if they have a difference in opinion or a different outlook or living a different lifestyle or whatever. And I always turn to them in situations where I feel like I really don't know where to go or even what to say, and I just need to get something out. I know they won't judge me for it. The people that I know wouldn't have the right response to make me feel any better about it, I just don't turn to them for certain situations. So I think so far for me, it's all just been a matter of really putting thought into everything and putting all of the positive thoughts into existence and putting it out to the universe to be heard and manifested. And that's just kind of what I'm going off of right now. I know some people are probably gonna think that I'm crazy because a lot of people don't believe in that, you know, but it's proving for me to have been true thus far. So I think it's really important to get yourself on board with something like that, to find faith in something or hope in something, no matter what it is, and go with that. Because as long as your mindset is on that kind of wavelength, I feel like everything just kind of follows. And it's also important to get people on board with you, the people that are in your life the most. Like for instance, for me, it would be my husband, because obviously my husband and I live together. So to kind of get him on the same wavelength of, if he starts stressing about something, I can turn around and say, well, listen, don't look at it this way, look at it this way. And he'll kind of go along with that and that kind of stuff. I just feel like I've been like a ball of positivity since January 1st. Like I'm just so ready for positive change and so ready to live happily and just be happy and genuinely, and not just happy material things. I feel as though, you know, obviously I'm human. There's things that I wish I could go get tomorrow and buy and whatever for whatever, and it would probably spark a little bit of joy, but it's not going to define my happiness. I've never been the type to let that be that way, but the more that I'm finding joy and positivity and happiness in all aspects of my life, I'm also noticing those kinds of things in return as well. Without going into detail, I'm just noticing there are material things that have been kind of coming forth to me as well as I'm finding this positivity and happiness in everything else. So all in all, I just wanted to share on this positivity train and hope that it gets you guys thinking if you are having a rough day or have already had a rough year so far, or maybe it hasn't turned around yet from the experience last year, because I know me personally last year, aside from it being the first full year of my life I had my son, it was the worst. You need more water? It was the worst and the hardest, the most trying, the toughest year that I have ever had. I apologize if all you hear in the background is Moana. There was no way I could put nothing on and him not be attracted by this little flip screen in the front of my camera. So yeah, like I said, I didn't even know what the heck I was gonna talk about. I've kind of had this on my mind though as well, and I do just like to share the positivity. I enjoy talking to people or watching videos and stuff that kind of start my day on a positive note. So even though this is going up later in the day, I hope that if you are having a rougher day, this turns it around. I hope that if you're watching this later than the time I post, then it's starting your day out right or ending your night right or whatever. I hope to give a little bit of my positivity to you because it just feels really good. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Also, if you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I put out 3 videos a week and sometimes more. I do a lot of family vlogs, videos like this. I do reviews. I do just a bunch of stuff. I just do stuff that I like to do. So I hope you will consider subscribing. If you are subscribed, please hit that notification bell and you'll be notified every time I post a video, so you'll never be late for one. And I hope you're all having a great day, night, afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are, and I will see you all very, very soon in my next one. Bye.